Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about phrases which you can use for your CELPIP, IELTS, and any other English exam which you're going to appear. So, firstly, we'll talk about turn on. Turn on is used when you want to activate or start something. Can you turn on the music? Can you turn on the playlist? Can you turn on the fan? You can use anything which you want to start or activate. Put off, to postpone or delay something. Nandini put off the training until next week. Nandini put off the work schedule because she is not well. Nandini put off or Nandini delayed. Wherever you used a delay or a postpone, you can just write put off. That would sense scoring part to your to the examiner. Get over, to recover from an illness or emotional setback. I'm getting over with the setback, or I'm getting over with my relationship. It took her some time to get over the relationship. Anything which you are you take to recover from an illness. Maybe I'm taking time to get over with my disease, or I'm getting like anything which has an emotional setback or an illness, you can say it get over. Bring in, to introduce or generate income. So bring in, the company plans to bring in new employees. The company, you can say I'm planning to bring in some new policies, or I'm bringing on my new knowledge. You can use anything which is to introduce or generate income. The next would be set up, to establish or arrange something. We need to set up a training with the employee. We need to set up a session with the users. We need to set up a meeting with the CEO. We need to set up a meeting with the team. So anything which needs to be established or arranged, you can use the word set up. Call off, to cancel or terminate something. They had to call off the event due to bad weather. They have to call off the marriage due to bad weather. Anything which you have to cancel or terminate, then you can use this word or a phrase called call off. Run into, to encounter something unexpectedly. I ran into an old friend at the mall. I ran into an old bus at Subhash Nagar, or you can use anything which you run into or you encounter which you were not expecting. You run into a disease, you run into a scenario where you didn't had any answer. You run into a situation where you were clueless what to do next. So anything which you was not expecting and it happened and you run into that situation, you can use that phrase. Get in, to enter or arrive at a place. What time does your train get in? What time does your plane get in? What time do you want me to get in into your meeting? What time do you want me to be there in getting into the marriage? What time or you can use arrive at. Uh, do you mind if I get in late to your marriage? Do you mind if I get in early today for the meeting? Like anything which is to enter or arrive at a place or an event, you can use that. Like the train is getting in into that, so you can. The next would be bring about, to cause or make something happen. The new security policy will bring about significant changes. That means the new policy is going to bring a lot of changes which would be significant for the public. So you can use that. The new policies in the company will bring out some good revenues. Like the new policy will introduce some new revenues. So anything which would introduce or cause or make something happen, which you want to share with people, or you can write just bring about. So the new policy, or you can say the new CEO will bring out some significant monetary changes. So that's where you can use the bring about. Take on, To accept a responsibility or a challenge that you are take on is that you're taking up something which is can be challenging or which was your responsibility. He decided to take on the new job despite its complexity. That means he knew that there would be a challenge. So despite of that, he just take on the challenge. I decided to take on a trip with a person which I was not aware of or which I was not known to. So anything which it would be a challenging thing for you or it was a responsibility for you. So the new job, you know that you will be getting more responsibilities because of the complexity of the work or something you can use. I decided to take on as I know that would be a complex job, but I just take it on, right? Put up with, to tolerate or endure something. I can put up with the noise from the factory. Like the factory is, you know that when the workers work or the machines, there are a lot of noise which comes up, but you're ready to put up with. You are ready to tolerate it. You're ready to endure it. So whenever you have a situation where you are tolerating or enduring something, I am okay to put up with my mother-in-law. I'm okay to be with my new boss. I'm okay to put up with my new boss. Like anything which you are tolerating or you are already prepared with it, you are ready to put up with. Find out, to discover or learn something. I need to find out the time of the training. So, you are discovering or learning something. I need to find out the solution for this problem. I need to find out the solution for the ongoing problem. I need to find out the reasons why this happened. I need to find out why this happened. Anything which you want to discover or learn something new, this is where you will use find out. Carry on, to continue doing something. Despite the difficulties, they decided to carry on. They knew that uh, there would be a difficulty. They decided to carry on with it. They didn't, despite of knowing that, they didn't break up in between and they just carry on. Make out, to understand or perceive something. It's hard to make out what he's saying from a distance, or it's hard to make out what he's saying from a call. Like, it's hard to make out what would be our next plan because we are not aware what would gonna happen there. It's hard to make out, like when you use perceive, you can just use a small phrase make out. It's hard to make out what would this event look like. Stand for, to represent or symbolize something. The initials of NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Anything which stands or represents something. The Republic Day stands for uniting of a nation, or the Independence Day stands for when we got our independence. So anything which represent or symbolize something is stand for. Break up, to end the relationship or disperse. They decided to break up after years of dating. So anything which you are ending up a relationship, I decided to break up with that job. I decided to break up with that person. So anything which you are ending with a relationship or disperse, so you can use this phrase. Thank you. Have a great